Hello, so this is going to be a collective reading. The reason why you see a card here already, this card, Imagination, from the Unicorn Oracle. Let me bring it closer so you can read it. It says, envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. So this card came out. I saw this card for the first time since I had this deck, okay? If you want to see me freak out about this card, go look at the Aries reading that I posted. I would say probably 10 minutes in or so. I'm going to put the link and then I'll put the timestamp as well under this video because I literally freak out about this card appearing in that deck because I've never seen it before. Well, I hadn't seen it before then. And long story short, I go through all my decks when I get them. I read the book about them. And even if I don't read the book fully, I do take in the imagery of every card because I'm very image oriented. And when I tell you, and I have a photographic memory, I've never seen this card before that time. It's almost like this card was like hidden from me until it was the right time. And it was very synchronistic in the Aries reading. And there's a reason why I'm bringing that up, because you might have Aries in your chart and you might resonate heavily with that reading. If you don't want to go see it, it's okay, you don't have to, but it's worth watching because imagination, and this is making me think of SpongeBob. Imagination. Okay, Imagination came out twice. It came out in this deck, which is it was one of their soul lessons for January, and then it came out as well in this deck. It was at the bottom of the deck. And guess what? After Aries, I did Taurus because I was going in order, and this card was at the bottom of the deck again. So, and then this card today for my Instagram collective, my Instagram page, I pull one of the unicorn cards when I feel called to, and this was the message today. And I left it out. I left it here on my desk. And now this card is speaking to me again. It's nighttime. I have my lights on. I don't really like how this kind of look. I mean, I like how it looks, but I prefer the daytime. But the message is here, so I have to deliver. I have to dig deeper a little bit because it's just calling to me. It also looks, I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but the wings, how they're depicted, it almost looks like they're moving, like they're in movement. So it feels like a very, my nose is super itchy. That's confirmation for me. It feels like it's an energy that wants to like whoosh in, like, I don't know what that even means. It wants to like come into everybody's awareness, at least this collective, whoever this finds. This imagination wants to unlock some potential, some dormant potential that you've had that maybe was locked away because of limitations. And this could be limitations that kind of are, just look at that light coming from that card. I can't get over it. Anyways, limitations that come from kind of like the real world, or people conditioning, kind of like telling you you got to live in the real world kind of thing. But guess what? Where this imagination is in your being, which feels like a soul gift of yours. So yeah, imagination is a soul gift for you, for this collective. So you're being called to use it, to tap into it. There's endless possibilities there. You have to go back to when you were a kid and you believed in the impossible, or you believed that playing with a stick meant that riding a broom meant you were riding a horse, if you will, right? Kind of like that kind of energy. So I'm just going to build up on this message. I can already tell you, if this found you, it's probably because you are aligned to this message and there's something for you here as confirmation or guidance or whatever it might be. But in general, this does feel like it's going to be a very spiritual inclined reading. If you're not into like magic beings and talking about the woo-woo stuff, I like to say woo-woo because it's kind of like, it's not woo-woo, but you know, it's like what the real world calls it. Let's just keep doing that. Okay, the air quotes. I'm not gonna air quote the real world anymore, but you know what I mean. It's like the spiritual sense of things, the imaginations part of things. I know in those readings it came up where like if there's a lot of potentials here for like writers, people that illustrate in general. They use their creativity to bring forth another place. It's almost like you have internal worlds, or you tap into other realities, other even planetary system. I don't know. You literally, you will know if this is for you because you can make up a story if you want in your mind, and you see it. You see it in your mind's eye. You're like, yeah, the planet has a pink sky and it has 3 moons and 5 suns. You know what I mean? Like, you literally can picture a world if you wanted to. You know what I mean? I just heard if you wanted to, he would. But like, yes, if you wanted to, you can picture a world, or you can, it's almost like they want you to tap into that because there's going to be a way for you to bring it to life. Whether that is in movies, in a video game, whatever you create with, whatever your outlet is, you're being called to share the worlds and the visions that are coming to you. And it might not make sense. How do you tie that into spirituality? I don't know. But you're going to know. Okay? Or we can ask. We're going to ask. But you're going to know what that means to you. Just like you're going to know what talent or gift I'm talking about that you use to explore your creativity and your imagination. Same thing. For example, right? If you want to, if you're an illustrator, someone that likes to not just let's say use Procreate to create images and do your art, but you also like photography and you like layering things and blah blah blah, whatever it is. Just like the person who created this image in this deck had to tap into, you know, what resonated to them in, as far as the writing and everything like that, to bring this image forth. And then I'm here as a tarot reader interpreting this and giving you a message. It's almost like that. Like, you might think that your art has no spirituality, or it's just art. It's not. Art is never just art, first of all. And second of all, please just know that when things are coming from the soul, which is like imagination and creativity, people will resonate with it. People will find messages in it. They'll find meaning. And it's because we all look for meaning in everything, especially the people who are spiritual. And it's I can almost hear like whoever kind of maybe told you about the real world. I'm stumbling over my words because they don't want me to say the real world anymore. It's almost like whoever imposed these beliefs upon you that you could not be successful by being this person who, it's almost like you can live off your imagination because it is that powerful, and you will find a way to tap into like an endless well of opportunity, of abundance, of creativity that you're meant, because you're ahead of your time, if what I'm is what I'm trying to say. What you create, what you're being guided to, and this is confirmation, okay? This collective, this is confirmation for you. Whatever you are being, has been circling in your mind that you should be doing, please do it, for God's sake. Please. You are ahead of your time, okay? Create it, give it to the world, because whoever, when you're a creative, you don't, a true creative doesn't really, in your mind, when you're creating something, you can't be thinking, I'm going to make this amount of money from this. That's not how creativity works. We all know that. The authentic, I don't want to divide authenticity from creativity, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you're not in the moment when you're creating an artwork, you're not thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to get 1,000 views and I'm going to get $200 from this piece. Or you don't think that. You're creating, you're in flow, you're channeling energy, you're channeling not just your soul gift, but it's almost like you're tapping into other worlds consciousness. It's honestly, the message is very out there, okay? But you would know what I'm trying to say here. I don't know. Okay, it's almost like I'm at a loss for words. Okay, feel like I just need to breathe for a second there. It's whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is, just know that the right people will resonate with it. And just because it might not be a lot at first, doesn't mean that you're not going to be. Success is inedible. What is the word? Inedible? Oh my God, what is the word? So success is assured, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's gonna happen either way. You're just being called to create. Create, please. Like, I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. I literally just spent 10 minutes telling you that you need to create whatever world you're seeing in your head. You know what I mean? Like, whatever your imagination has been calling you to do. If you're a writer, maybe you're going to write a beautiful book. Or maybe you're going to, whoa, this card looks beautiful today. Holy crap. Honesty. I can always expect the truth. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Exactly. This is that those people that maybe they were the no-sayers, the naysayers, if you will, which is okay. Everybody can only give you advice as far as like they can expand. Again, it's almost like their imagination. 11:11 on my timer. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to be very excited and a cheerleader for you throughout this whole reading, and I hope it's not annoying. And if you find it annoying, maybe this is not the reading for you, because this does feel like I need to like I have to constantly reassure you that you are amazing. Okay, you are amazing. Please start doing whatever project has been circling your mind, your soul, your spirit for, I feel like it's years for some of you. Do it, please. Trust me, people will definitely resonate with it. You are going to make a change. You might not see it now because, again, like I said, when you're focused on what you're doing, it's almost like they don't want you to like pan out and see ahead too much. They just want you to create and know that you will be supported in it. Okay. And again, you can't always expect the honesty from other people, but you can expect it from yourself. If your soul, your spirit, your gods, your spirit team, your ancestors, your angels, whoever you communicate with or you're back and forth in prayer with and communication with, whatever they're telling you, whatever resonates with your soul, follow that, please. You can trust what you're thinking. You can trust your intuition. The fact that it's purple, oh, that's a glare. Oh, this is why this kind of setup is like not the best because of the glare. It's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me either way. I'm gonna leave it here. Oh, maybe I could just put it like this. That works. That works. Okay, that makes me happy. Okay, the fact that it's purple makes me think of third eye activation. There's that I'm telling you, there's that like downloads. There's that it's almost like this light. You see how it's just like a light look. It's very significant. It wants to come out of the shadows here. It wants to come out of the fog that's in your mind. The fact that I'm casting a shadow as well. That's so interesting. I'm telling you, this reading is very interesting. This energy is beautiful as well. It's calming and it's almost like an accepting, very beautiful, calm energy. And oh my God, I feel good when I can help others. If this is what you're looking for in life, if this is what you've always, I'm emotional at the moment now. I almost feel like crying, to be honest. If this is what you've desired and you've had a calling for, you just know that you're meant to help others in some kind of way, and you are someone who is extremely creative, who has put those things aside because you felt your entire life, or at least for the last 5 years, like there's no way that you can make it by doing that. You know, your circumstances don't look like you could make it by doing that. This is your time. You will know if this is confirmation for you, okay? It's your time. Like, it literally is. Whatever it is that you end up doing, It's going to be different for all of you, but you will help other people with it. You definitely will. There's no doubt in my mind. It's here. Okay, it's here, confirmation. I said this whole reading should be confirmation for you. A lot of confirmation, because your guides want to give you a lot of confirmation, my friend. They want to really drill that in, that you should be doing whatever you've put off for a really long time. Oh my goodness. Gratitude. I'm thankful for the life, for this life, and the opportunities that it presents. This is why you deserve this. You deserve to be working on the things that you want to be working on. The bottom of the deck. You deserve it because you're such a grateful soul. And it's time. It's time for you to reap those rewards of yours. It's time. I think you've put your life or your passions on pause for long enough. Maybe you've done it for family members. You've done it because of just circumstances around your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no blame to be put on anybody else as well, okay? Just like there's no blame on those people that maybe kind of taught you when you were little that you had to be a certain thing in order to make a living, to be a functional human being, to be a functional member of society. You had to kind of, yeah, you could do this as a hobby, but it's not going to be your main source of income, or it's not going to be your passion, or it's not going to be your path in life. I'm telling you, it is your path. Whatever your imagination is always trying to bring forth and is guiding you to do, that is it. Okay? And if you are someone who has a lot of talents, they want you to start with one. And then eventually it's almost like it's gonna be like a snowfall effect, where you would do one thing for, like, let's say like a month, and you're like, let me switch and add this. And then eventually you're gonna tap into that. It's gonna happen fast. This is not more than like a 3-month period, okay? Since I'm getting back to the Aries and Taurus reading, like, this is something that's going to, again, I tapped into January, February, and March. This is something that's happening in these 3 months. It's the time, please. It's almost like this is being offered to you at this moment. It's time to, the bottom of the deck, I said, my left hand is super itchy. This is abundance coming in for you. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Please. Your inner voice it's not just your soul. We have, like, birds might be very significant for you, because I'm seeing a lot of bluebirds here. The flower of life makes me think there's another flower. There's another flower here. This is a brand new life trying to come in for you. Your guides, okay. If this came across your feed somewhere, or this found you in some way, you've had to be seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities and stuff like that. Because I feel like this is a collective that's either going through like another awakening, as if you've been in a spiritual path, and if not, might be your first awakening. And they're asking you to fully trust your guidance and your inner voice. It's not going to lead you astray. Maybe you thought that in the past it's led you astray, but think back to those things where they didn't work out. Were they fully your choice, or were you kind of, and I'm not taking away from what you chose to do, okay, but, or your free will, if you will, but were you guided by other people? Were you really listening to what other people had to say? Because maybe they were your elders, maybe they were your parents, your family, someone you really cared about, that they really, honestly, in that moment, you thought, yeah, this person really once has my best interest at heart. But you have to understand that sometimes those people do have our best interest at heart, but they're not walking the same path that we are. So their advice might not be what really we should have followed. That's why I'm saying, like, this should be confirmation for you. Don't follow this advice if this is not something that has been in your mind, okay? It has to be, when advice doesn't fully, advice from here, from a tarot reader, even if you pay for the reading, is free, whatever, or advice from people in your life or people that you care about, if it truly doesn't resonate with you 100%, don't do it. It's not meant for you. If your entire being is not saying, yes, that is the answer, don't do it. You are settling. Oh my God, my little broom. Some of you might be into spirituality, like you might be discovering that you're a little witchy and that you're scared of that or you don't want to pursue that. Do as you please, but we do use our imagination here as well. If you're reading tarot, you could be a tarot reader as well. You could be an oracle reader. You could want to create a tarot deck, an oracle deck. That's it. Whatever it is, please do it. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm so sorry, but when I said please do it, the timer was at 2023, which is, what year is it? 2023. Okay, all right. Anyways, okay. Falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. It's almost like I see it. You were flying high with this imagination in the past. And it's almost like you have to fall again back to earth, come back to reality. I'm hearing you can't do that. You have to come back to reality. If someone literally said that to you, I'm angry on your behalf. And I'm not saying angry as in I'm passing judgment, but you should let that anger fuel your change and fuel this thing that you want to pursue, because you deserve so much better than someone to cut your wings off just because they have never learned to fly themselves. That's not okay. That's not okay. And maybe in the past you weren't tapped into your intuition. This is why you kind of followed your other people's advice and other people's sound advice, which okay, but it almost sounds like there were more of limitations than it was advice. And you might be going through that struggle where you feel angry about it now, angry with yourself for listening, or angry at that person for thinking, hey, if they wanted the best for me, why wouldn't they just support what I want, even if it was a wild dream? You know what I mean? I understand. I completely understand. 2023. 23 adds up to 5. 5 in numerology is about change. You're going through changes. It's the wheel of fortune, luck and right timing. What did I say? Timing. It's the right time. The sun, this almost feels like an eclipse. It wants to be seen, okay? This wheel's about to turn. Think of the wheel as the moon moving away from this. And the sun is shining fully again on this idea, on this thing, passion that you need to, it literally looks like a sun as well. My goodness. There's those wings. There's an eye here. There's so much that wants to, this wheel here, it's almost like it's hiding a picture beneath it. And it's made of wood and it wants to be like broken so you can see the full picture. With service, it is the service to humanity that you're going to do, the service to your community. It doesn't even have to be a grand scale, but it will be for the community that you will be involved in. You're going to make a difference. Let's pull one more card. Well, two more, because I want to. So this is the fact that I'm using this deck as well. The Shaman's Dream Oracle. If you have very vivid, I can't even say that word now. If you have very vivid dreams, and again, you see, like, you experience other worlds in your dreams because you astral travel or you're doing dimensional travel, I don't know, you're a very magical being. And it feels like with the fallen angel here, you were dormant. Your spirit, I'm sorry. Your energy is really powerful, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, it's overwhelming, but it's overwhelming because it feels like it hasn't been tapped in a while. And I'm being called to hold this. Hold on a second. It hasn't been tapped in a while, and because of that, there's so much potential. Like literally, your energy feels like an eclipse. A lunar eclipse, because this is a lunar eclipse. Is this a lunar eclipse? Yes, it is. It truly feels like 1,000 full moons. It is intense, okay? It is intense. When I tell you that when you tap into this and you start doing it, there's no stopping you. It might be chaotic in your life a little bit because there's a lot of choices that you need to make. And they're choices with a lot of boundaries, okay? They're definite choices. You say, I'm going to do this, and you cannot go back on your word. Your spirit is not going to let you anymore. If you need to live it, let go of a job that's like, I don't know, something that's quote unquote what people consider stable, to pursue this dream of yours, you're going to pursue it. And let me tell you, your spirit will not let you go back to that 9 to 5, to that stability, to that uh, being, having what people will call like a normal life, quote unquote. You are meant for other things. You're meant for bigger things. This energy is, it's intense. The amount of untapped potential that you have pushed down and kind of neglected, and this is not to pass judgment, it's more of, again, it should be confirmation for you. It's almost like it's breaking your heart, okay? It might be breaking your spirit, it might be breaking your soul. It's calling you to really pay attention to it. It's almost like your inner child is screaming at you. It's like, hey, pay attention to me. I have dreams and we can do it. You can help me do them. That's intense. That's very intense. I'm hearing, what about me? It's almost like your inner child's here telling you, hey, I think we've been in you've gotten your adulthood long enough. It's time for me to flourish. Where I wasn't led, I wasn't allowed to flourish when I was little because I had to be a certain way, and I had parents who, for example, were, this is channeling, okay? It's this inner monologue that I'm hearing. It's like you and your inner child, or you and yourself in your head. You're like, how long have I sacrificed? How long have I been the person that other people want me to be? Because they needed me to be that, because I needed to help them. Who helps me? When do I get help? When do I get to follow my dreams? That's heartbreaking, dude. That's heartbreaking. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that you had to. It's like you had to be your own. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. There's that full moon again. And this being 23 and then 22 consecutive numbers, even though it's backwards, I like that. It's very intense. I'm crying right now. It's like, I'm so sorry that you've had to be your own supporter and no one has told you that they're proud of you for the creative, amazing soul that you are. I'm so sorry for that. You deserve so much better. You deserve such immense gratitude, not just from the people around you, because you literally are like a light for them. You truly are someone that, it's almost like here with the eclipse that I'm seeing, it's like you protected them when they needed protecting, but your light, it's ready to shine through. Like this feels like it's almost like a shield that you were holding, and it's time to be who you are, my friend. It's time. It really is. You don't need to be in this energy anymore. This, when I was channeling your inner child, this is what it feels like. Like it's hidden away, even though it knows it has a lot of potential. It's pixelated. It's sharp where it needs to be sharp because it's been hurt so many times. It doesn't want to be touched. It doesn't want to be accessed. It's almost like you either help me or you leave me alone. This being is immense. It's like almost on top of a planet here. Wow. 22 is a master teacher number. You might want to look that up, or that might resonate with you. That might be your life path. It might be life path 22 or 11, because that's another master number, or 33. You might be turning 22. You might be turning 33. I'm sorry, these readings are gonna be all over the place, okay? I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. I mean, if you're here, you're here for a reason. So you're, I understand. Trust me. My goodness. Yep. There we are. I told you 5. Completion, closing doors. There's a lot of cycles. This card, this card has been in my readings before, and it feels, the message is right away. What I've felt from the beginning, since I saw this card. I don't know if it's gonna show here, but this speck right here feels like a being to me, like someone walking out of that door. They're small, but they have so much light behind them. It's almost like when you close these cycles with these people or limiting stuff in your life, and you close that door, you're taking your light with you. You're fighting for your light. You're fighting to keep this dream alive. With the fool's embrace, it almost makes me think of like people have called you a fool for wanting this. But the thing is that you don't even have to want it. This is yours. This is your light. Okay? This is this. This is what you bring to others. And it's almost like you bring this to others. You let it shine upon other people. And then you only keep this little tiny thing for you. And it's almost like you can... I really don't understand why, I should say, this world seems to like to put people down, or again, that whole bring them back to reality. But it's like, what if my reality is being an artist and that's what I want to follow, and even if I don't have much, that's what makes me happy. It's almost like there's a lot of shifting of your perspectives here. There's a lot of, you are not a fool. And if you're a fool, it's okay to be a fool in this case, okay? If that's what people are telling you, you could just be like, yeah, I'm a fool because I want to follow what I want. If anything, you could tell them, I'm like the fool in tarot. I'm gonna go on a fool's journey, okay? So you're starting from square one, and that's okay. But you have to start somewhere, is what Spirit is saying here. You really need to set those boundaries with the naysayers, the if, the buts, even if it's within you. I honestly think you're over it. You're over putting yourself down, so you're not doing it anymore. But now you're almost like screaming. You're screaming energetically, okay? Because how this message grabbed me was energetically. So you're energetically screaming for help, for people to see your value just like you see it. For support. You've been supportive of a lot of people in your life. A lot of people's dreams, goals, aspirations. You've helped them. If this is resonating with you, you're someone who has helped others reach for what made them happy, even though you did not understand it. Maybe in your mind you were like, they're a fool for following that. But you know what? I'm still going to support them because they deserve it and I love them. You deserve that too. You deserve that. And I'm telling you, when you set these things in motion, if you're already tapped into that energy where like I'm angry at the world. Now I'm angry that I didn't follow my dreams sooner. And anybody who's in front of me, I'm not gonna care anymore. It's like, okay, you're either with me or against me. Step out of my way. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting now. And you're not scared of walking away anymore, as you should. Walk away with your light from the places where it's not appreciated. Please. It's the time to do it. It's the time for change for you. It's time. It is time. I don't know if I want to do, oh my God, the bottom of the deck. The crossing, initiation. This is actually the card that came up for me today, I think. Yeah, I think it was. I'm going to read to you what it says on the book about this card. It has to be significant. The fact that the card that came out for me today, because I work with this deck for my dreams, And then this card has been in my energy for like 5 days. It wants to have a reading because, like I said, it literally appeared. I've never seen this card before 5 days ago, and it was in the deck the whole time. So, yeah, okay. Let me leave the Labrador live. I can't say that word either. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna read. We're gonna read this. I'll put it up here. So if anything, if you wanna pause it to read it yourself, obviously you can. So it says, you have come to stand on the side of a river. The opposite bank leads into darkness of the eternal cave, where the old dies and the new is born again. Exactly. Endings and beginnings of cycles. This is a place where time is forgotten and the seasons cease their dance and stand still, as if in a temporary repose. Repose? You must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it is time to say goodbye to the old ways of navigating your world. My goodness. Don't be afraid. You've come to the edge of the river because you're ready. You're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the ways in which you've kept yourself from truly living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the mask and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? With the transmuting pain here, you've been strong enough for long enough. If you want to be now a gentle, emotional soul, like your soul, that's a creative soul, you are allowed to be that. You don't need to be strong for anybody else but yourself, okay? Step into the boat that's waiting for you. Let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so that you can be born again in the world without denial or artifice. Artifice? I don't know what that word is. Making the crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of highest love. When I tell you that this is your soul calling you to show it appreciation, it's almost like, when I was talking just 5 seconds ago about being angry, that you haven't seen, you haven't been appreciated. You feel like you haven't been, not just feel, you have not been appreciated by those people that you've shared your light with to propel them forward in their dreams and their aspirations. Sorry, I'm burping, that's confirmation. They haven't shown you appreciation. Your soul is calling you now. It's giving you a message. It's trying to get to you. Okay, so your spirit guides everybody. And if, okay, this is gonna be a little side note here. I mean, it might not be a side note. It might be a very significant note. But if you're struggling with depression and you feel like you're at your wit's end, okay, because you don't know how you're going to live a life that feels good to you without kind of having to destroy the one that you're in right now, the destruction that's upon you is not, you're not being here in this physical reality anymore, okay? Being careful with my words. The destruction that your soul is calling you to do, this sorrow or this pain that you're transmuting, the destruction is of the life that you're living right now, but it is for you to destroy the belief that you are not capable of achieving the things that you want to achieve or pursuing the creative project that you want to pursue or just live the life that you want to live. That's what's being asked to be killed, if you will. It's asking you to close the door on that. Not close the door on yourself, okay? You close that door and you take yourself with you, okay? You take your light away from where it's not being appreciated again. That's just the message there. You deserve that. It's the ultimate. If you're done sacrificing for other people, maybe it's time for you to sacrifice for yourself now. Maybe it, and I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to do, because it's hard to live a life that other people don't understand, especially family members, people that are going to need to support you, because now you need support and it's time. And if you don't know how to ask for it, maybe just start making changes little by little, and the support will appear. Maybe you cannot initiate a conversation because you literally have no words for it. I can resonate with that. I'm someone that doesn't know how to ask for help. But when I really need help, if I ask God to send me help, people approach me and ask me if I need help, so that I don't have to ask. And that might sound weird or selfish, or I don't know. I don't know what that sounds like. But if you're someone, again, that has been conditioned to not ask for help because you're here to help other people, yes, use that. Use that. They want you to be a service to other people, but not at the expense of your happiness, not at the expense of your dreams being like stomped on or shielded from you, your life being obscured or taken or misused constantly. That's not it. Okay? I want, if you're feeling discomfort and sadness and sorrow because of your situation, the next step is being angry, because that's going to be like a driving force. Use anger as a fuel, okay? And you already are used to transmuting pain, okay? I think you might do it for others. This might also be you being very open and like a sponge for other people's problems, and you want to help everybody and help and help and help, and then you feel depleted. You feel like you're the only one who can replenish yourself, and you don't even have time for that or energy for that because you've been doing it for everybody else. No more, my friend. No more, okay? It's time for you to live. Pursue this. This is a beautiful energy. This is literally, when I tell you this card appeared, okay, it like manifest, it came into this reality for me. It's what it feels like. And this is what it feels like to you. It's almost like you cannot ignore this calling anymore. Because once you've seen it, once maybe you've seen it in dreams, or you've seen it in your imagination time. Ooh, I just knocked that. You've seen it when you're daydreaming. You've seen the possibilities of your life and what it could be when you pursue this. You cannot unsee that, can you? You cannot. Once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it. Once your soul brings it to your awareness, is because you're ready. Like this card said, you're at the edge of this river, about to be on that boat to go somewhere else, because you're ready for that voyage. You're ready for where you're going. And then you don't have to know the answers, okay? And other people in your life that might want you to have answers, you don't have to tell them either. You just have to tell them, can you help me with what I'm doing? No? Then move out of my way. I don't want to hear it, okay? Like that. Are you willing to help me? And they're going to ask, okay, how do you need help? And you might say, okay, well, if maybe you're asking for donations for you to start your business, or for an extension on rent, or whatever it is, because it feels like what you need is like 3D support, because you have the energetic and the imagination covered, you have the spiritual covered, but you need like physical help. Ask whenever people approach you about it, maybe family it will be, you ask for what you need, and if they say no, well, then it's a no. Then it's, don't tell me anything else. Don't tell me no because, or no, but you should do this. No, that's not, and that might, again, I don't know how you're going to come across. People might not like that because you've never been like that. You've never put yourself first, and you've never truly voiced what you wanted and set boundaries with people. But it's time to do that. It's time. No more sacrificing what you want to do, okay? We're done doing that. 2023 is not about that. The wheel is spinning in your favor. You're turning things, okay? And you're doing it through a lot of what it feels like a lot of harsh energy that you've had to constantly like alchemize. But you're done. When I tell you you're done, this card is literally someone walking out, taking all of their might and their power and their light and their being, and never closing the door and never freaking going back there. You don't, they don't deserve you in this, and this, whatever this is that keeps wanting to take from you, that they don't deserve you. They, them, whatever it is, they don't deserve you. They've clipped your wings on purpose almost. It feels, I don't want to say that it's like a malice intent, but it almost feels like it. But even in that, you still come through, and you're a beautiful being, and you want to help everybody, even those who clipped your wings, and that is okay. But it's not the time to give them your energy. Maybe when you're better, and when you're more settled into this new kind of environment or reality or purpose that you want to pursue, you can come back and maybe explain yourself a little better, or you know, whatever it is that you need to do with these people when you after you walk away from them. But walk away. Walk away. There's so much coming in for you, I'm telling you. I don't know what else. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one animal spirit, just, you know, for the heck of it. I'm sorry, I'm very quiet again. You know, I'm very quiet because now I'm looking at this and like my throat is clumping up because of how sad that is. And I don't, again, it's not coming from judgment. It's coming because I've been there. So I get it. I get it. This looks like a butterfly, but it also looks like a dragonfly wings to me. That armor that you're wearing, little by little, is going to chip away when you start pursuing this thing and following the passion, because you deserve it. You truly do. And you might feel like right now you're like, I can't even, I don't know how to ask for help. I don't know how to accept help. I don't even know where to start. Ask God to help you. Ask God to show up for you. They want to. Your guides, your own energy wants to alchemize things for you. It wants to turn the wheel, the fortune, in your favor. Ask. Ask and you shall receive. I just heard. Earthworm. On the bottom of the deck, golden opportunity, the egg. All right, I'm gonna read both because they're both significant. In my head, what I was seeing was the octopus for some reason. That's interesting that this is in reverse. Okay. Maybe what you need to pray for is strength, because the lion was in reverse there. Whatever it is that you're needing, you can pray for it. It's going to show up for you, okay? Let's look at the earthworm. Let me show it to you in case you want to pause it and read it. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. Oh my God. Let me read that again. Shy, hesitant, and reluctant to share inner vision. You're reluctant to share this magic within you. You think it's not going to be well received. It is going to be well received. We all have felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm invites a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field, literally. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember that they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder to not be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, besides, rumor has it that a beginner's mind offers the most vulnerable insight. Interesting. There's a beginner's mind in this deck. It's actually the it's the face of the deck. Now I'm gonna have to look for that card. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, and valuable. When out of balance, self-conscious, apprehensive. Bring into balance, speak up, risk, embarrassment. It's almost like, okay, you're imagining this world that you want to bring forth. I keep thinking world for some reason. This project, you might think people are gonna laugh at you for it, or you're gonna be the butt of a lot of jokes or some shit like that. Like who cares? You might care right now, but once you start in this energy, once you really get in it, you're like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I can tell you that from myself. Like, once I really, really got into tarot, like I decided this is going to be what I was going to do. I don't care how I come across anymore. The people that are like it are going to like it. And the people that are going to make fun of me, they're always going to make fun of me for something. I was bullied my entire life. Someone always had something to say about me. I don't care anymore. It's kind of like that. You shouldn't care anymore, okay? There's always going to be people that have if and buts. There's always going to be people that want to bring you down a notch because they don't like your light, or it irritates them, or who you are as a unique person bothers them. Who cares? Who cares? You don't need to pass judgment. You don't need to analyze it. You don't need to ask them why. You just need to walk away. Close the door on that shit. You don't care. Whoever cannot see you for who you are does not matter, is what I'm trying to say. It's in this moment, this is what you need to focus on: yourself. What do you want to do? Pursue your passions. You can do it. Let's see the golden egg. Let me show you this. I don't think I'm gonna read all of this, especially because I feel like I'm like tongue tied, and I'm usually a really good reader, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe this your energy. I don't know. I'm not being a good reader today. I'm very self-conscious about it for some reason. Okay, so it says the golden egg and the fourth chakra. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled within the heart center and the fourth chakra, the chakra called, and I'm going to butcher that, so I'm not going to say it because it's disrespectful. It is the home of the self or soul. When I tell you this is your soul, the fact that there's a little kid here in this egg, that inner child of yours, it's just waiting. It reminds me of this. You're gonna be okay, okay? Your dreams are gonna come true. By bringing the mind into the center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there deep in meditation, waiting for us. The unstruck sound. There's a portal that's waiting for you. There's a being there. You see how they're casting a shadow? They're very small, but they're casting a big shadow. That's you. You're huge energetically. And it's almost like you opened this portal because you're ready. You have asked for this. You've asked for this opportunity. And it might not look how you think it looks. It's asking you to trust first. You have to jump into what you want to do first. And then once you have that faith, everything is provided for you. It's going to be a struggle, but you've struggled. You know what struggle feels like. There's nothing you cannot get through. You've gotten through this. There's that golden opportunity. You're nestled. You're surrounded by you're cushioned, you're protected, believe it or not. You might not feel like you are, or you might not feel like you've been, but you are. We don't we don't unlock things about ourselves and our path until we're ready. And you're ready. But maybe accepting that in itself could be heartbreaking, because you might be saying, why have I been dormant for so long then? If I'm so, if I'm meant to help, if what I want to do is so powerful, why wasn't I able to do it before? It's when you're meant to do it. You're meant to do it now, because now you have the people that are going to resonate with it. But I'm telling you, you're ahead of your time. This, whatever you're going to be working on, is going to live long after you. And whatever it is, it really will help humanity in some way. Thank you so much if you listened to all of this, if you watched everything, and I really hope it brought you confirmation. This was a roller coaster of emotions, but it felt right. It hit close to home, let me tell you. Um, it's interesting how, and this is how I know it ties into your reading, okay? What I'm going to say next. Sometimes we go through things in life and we get through them, and we get through them in a very specific freaking way, and an almost miracle way, right? Fortunate way, because we're meant to share a story somehow, even if it's little here and a little there, to give other people hope and to make them realize that they too could have a possibility of this, or there's just something in your story, all of your story actually, your entire cycles of life are important, but this is a very pivotal moment where you make it or you break it. It's almost like you either take this opportunity or you almost like postpone this. You don't want to postpone it. It's going to eat you alive. If this is resonating with you, it is your time. Please pursue this. I hope this brought you clarity, confirmation, guidance, whatever you needed to hear in the moment. Maybe a little bit was what you needed and you didn't need the whole thing, but thank you for watching either way, whatever amount you watched. I want to thank your guides for bringing this forth. I feel like even if this helps one person is enough. Truly, one person's enough. I feel like one person at least needed this, and I know it's going to find you. I'm sending you a lot of blessings and a lot of love, and I'll see you in the next one.